So in this video we're going to add a new full remote key to this 2010 Volkswagen Scirocco. So we've got the customer's original, so that locks and unlocks, and the new one which isn't programmed yet, so it doesn't lock and unlock. We've cut the key to match the other key blade already. We just need to program this one in so it starts the vehicle. So we're all connected up, Volkswagen Scirocco, and it's a 2010, so it's on the changeover between this one and this one. But we're going to go in as the 10 to 16. And we've got all the information we need to go through here. We've got pictures of what the vehicle looks like and extra information. There's tips and tricks, which we'll read through also. Any manual programming sequences for the remote and the service light reset as well. It says if your airbag light is on after coding, use the airbag reset function to clear the codes, or you could just use the scan tool to do that. If steering assistance light is in the picture, it comes on after programming. Start the engine to full left, hold for 3 seconds, then full right till it stops, hold for 3 seconds, return to centre, and the light should go out. So it's good to know these things. A lot of the other key programmers aren't telling you any of this information, so you'll end up finishing the job with the airbag light on, a steering light on, and the customer doesn't want to pay for the job. A lot of the other tools don't tell you this, so unless you know that already, you will end up failing to complete the job successfully, which can be a big issue. So it's good to have this information. So we're going to go into the programming. We're going to go into, so we want key programming. We've got options for the remote and options for the Immobilizer as well. So we're going to program the Immobilizer side of things first. So switch the ignition on, so it's off at the moment. So we're going to get the customer's original key, pop that in the ignition and turn it on. So, ignition's now on. And all you're doing is following the on-screen instructions. So what I want to do is, I've got options here, so I can see how many keys are programmed. Look at key information, program keys, program an original key, all keys lost, program transponders, clear fault codes. I'm going to go into check how many keys are programmed first, number of keys programmed, press play. So there's 2 keys programmed at the moment. And the key that's in the ignition is key number 2. So it gives you the ID 6A, or this code here, ending in DC, which is this one ending in DC. So this is currently key number 2. So that tells me that key number 1 has been lost. So it's good to know. So there's 2 keys at the moment. I want to program more keys. So this function requires a working key to proceed, which the working key is in the ignition, so that's fine, so I can press yes. The instrument cluster will go off and on several times automatically through the procedure, so it's good because I won't panic when that happens. Turn the ignition on with working key, so the ignition's on at the moment with the working key, so I can press OK. So it's uploading data, security access gained, security access bypassed, verified, and number of keys currently is 2. So what we're going to do now is just move on. It's good to take note of the component security code, the CS code, but if it was that important it would have told me, but I always take note of it anyway. So press OK. So this function registers new, unlocked, or previously registered working keys. So we've got a new key, so that's fine, so press yes. Would you like to erase previously registered keys first? Select no if you only want to add keys. So the customer might find their working key, it wasn't stolen, so what they're going to do is keep that one in, and we're just going to add on top. So we're going to press no, because we only want to add keys, we don't want to delete any other previously programmed keys. So enter additional key quantity. So there's already 2 programmed and just need to add 1 more. Ignition off. So turn the ignition off. Press OK. And turn ignition on with first key to register. So I'm going to get the new key that isn't programmed yet and pop that in the ignition and turn the ignition on. So as you can see here, it says 3 of 3. Basically there's now 3, this is the 3rd key of all 3 to be added to the vehicle. So that looks like it's added that in. So I'm going to press OK. Key successfully registered. Programmed keys are now free. So you press OK again, and that's it. So that's it, all finished. I can unpack this, unplug this, and then test it. So I'm just going to unplug everything ready. Before I unplug, I'm just going to check the actual. So switch the ignition off. Get the original key, which is this one. Make sure that still starts. So that starts and runs absolutely fine. So switch the ignition off on that one. Got that one down there. Then get the new one and check that starts. So that all starts fine. There's no lights on the dash, so I've not had to do the steering angle reset or the airbag reset or anything like that. So I just need to test if the remote works. So no, remote doesn't work, which is fine. There's another function for remote. Test the original. Yeah, so the original works. It's not locking because the bonnet's open, but when I press the button, the hazards are flashing. Oh yeah, it locks and unlocks. So that's the original. Let's test this one again. So it's transmitting on that light there, but not working. So we're going to go back to this before we unplug and go into the remote section. And connect. Switch key. Connect. So fine. So it says switch the ignition on. So what I'm going to do is get the original key, put that in the ignition because that's already, the remote already works on that, and switch the ignition on. So ignition's on. And press OK. And what we want to do is program remotes and press play. So it's detecting which remote system it's got at the moment. So there's lots of different systems. It's trying to go in as the right one. There's lots of different systems, so it's a good thing with this tool. It will auto detect the system rather than just you going in one and it not being that and having to go into another. It'll just cycle through them. So it's found that this uses the TP2 central locking system. That's great. So I can press OK. Do you want to erase remotes? No, we don't want to erase any remotes. Press unlock. So unlock is that one. I pressed it, so try press it again. Guessing it might have picked it up. And press OK. Do you want to program more remotes? I'll press yes, and just press unlock on the original. I think looking at that menu there, that OK button wasn't there. When we pressed the unlock button on this, it became available. So it's added that in. It failed to add in the other remote because it must already be added. So I'm going to press, do you want to add more remotes? I'm going to press no. So that's going to hopefully store this new remote in. One or more remotes have not been programmed successfully. Make sure that all remotes in total. This includes the one that you just programmed. Do you want to retry? So I'm going to switch ignition off. If I press that, test the remotes. So unlock, lock. So the original still works, and the new one, that works as well. So yeah, that's all good. So I don't want to retry, so no. I do want to raise remotes. I'm just going to disconnect at this point because I don't want to do anything more. So yeah, we aren't pre-checked this. I've literally recorded it live as doing it, so you can see I'm just reading the instructions and following them. Sometimes like then, I think when it said press remote the first time, the OK button wasn't there. Once I pressed, you'll be able to obviously rewind this and check it, but once I pressed the unlock button, the OK button must have appeared to show that it's sensed that remote. And then when it said do you want to program any more remotes, I tried to program the customer's original, but that was already added, so it failed to program it because it was already added anyway. But we've finished the job. We've got the original locking and unlocking. We've got the new one locking and unlocking, and the new one now starts the vehicle as well. That's the new one, and then this is the customer's original. And there's no lights on the dash as far as I can see. It's just reset the time, so we're just going to have to go in and reset the time on the dash so it sets it to the right time. Because the Immobilizer is in the instrument cluster on these vehicles on Volkswagen Audi Group, when it goes in to read the data and program, it basically resets the actual dashboard. So yeah, we need to set the time in there so the job's finished. But all in all, sort of 12 minutes, 13 minutes job. Again, profit margin on this one was, let me have a quick think, it was 140 profit on this actually, so yeah, not bad for 13 minutes work. And yeah, it's all done. So yeah, if you get any questions, bring them with you on the training course. And yeah, it's slightly more awkward than some jobs, this one, but we like to record them as they are. We don't want to make it look, skip out the bits where it goes wrong sort of thing. It's better that you see it this way, and then you can learn from that. Thank you.